So there have been an influx of affordable chronographs on the market over the past few years, mostly coming from micro brands using the Seiko VK movements, so Meca-Quartz movements, and then of course Seagull movements, the ST19, very popular with micro brands as an affordable way to get into chronographs. 20 years ago, it was a lot more expensive. There weren't many options if you wanted something that was mechanical and a chronograph. There weren't many options at all. Now you have a few options. Today I have a Meca-Quartz chronograph to show you. This is powered by a Seiko movement, the VK64, which we have seen on the channel before. It comes in an outer box, which is cardboard, inner box cardboard as well. This looks like it's metal, but it is also cardboard. And it comes with a warranty card. This is the name of the brand right here, Marchand. This was actually lent to the channel by the brand via David Schwartz. If you guys are familiar with David Schwartz, he has his own YouTube channel. I will put a link to his channel down below. He had 3 of these on his channel to show you guys, and he lent these out to other reviewers, I guess, for the brand, so as acting as a liaison for the brand. So he lent them out to a bunch of different reviewers. I'll put a link to that video down below so you guys can check them out. Inside the box you just get, of course, the watch, and then there's an instruction manual on the VK movement, which is the Meca-Quartz movement, and then you get a polishing cloth. Very simple packaging, not much to it. Just cardboard boxes, as I mentioned. So here is the watch. You can see it is a reverse panda. You get sort of a cream colored chapter ring with a little bit of an orange accent right there. It says tachymeter. Going in, you get applied indices, a black dial. So the dial itself is black. And then inside of there, you have 2 registers. So it is a bicompax layout. Those are in the same cream color. You get orange hands on all of the chronograph hands, and then the hands themselves are stick hands. Everything, I believe, is filled with Lume. So the hands and the indices are filled with Lume. On the dial, you just have the logo below the 12 o'clock index. Above the 6 o'clock, which is the date, it is a non-color match date. I wish they put it in a cream color. I think that would have looked pretty good, but it is a white date background. So it does stand out a little bit. I'd prefer no date, as you guys know, but they did add a date here. And then right above that, it just says driver's chronograph or driver chronograph. That's the name of this watch. And then England, because it's designed in England. This is an English brand. Now the case itself is actually a very interesting case. It's sort of like a TV screen case. You have brushing and polishing. So primarily the mid case is brushed, as you can see. And then the bezel itself is polished. Just the top of the bezel is brushed as well. You get a sapphire crystal here. The sapphire crystal is just slightly raised off of the bezel itself. You have a sign crown. The crown is not screwed in. I believe you get 50 meters of water resistance with this watch, so that does make sense. And then it has a helmet on the back because this is a driver chronograph, but I'll do a close-up so you guys can see. You get a quick release on the strap. Orange accents that I mentioned on the dial are carried over into the strap. You have a perforated strap. Buckle is a generic buckle on here. It is signed by the brand, but it is a pressed buckle, which is kind of generic. So quickly, let's do some very quick measurements on here. They're a little bit deceiving. So the case itself is around 42 millimeters, so 42.3. So it's a little bit over 42 millimeters. The lug span looks small, but it actually is almost 50 millimeters. So 49 millimeters is what I've measured a few times. So 48.8 is where it is right there. And then the thickness, it's around 12 millimeters thick, so 12.2 millimeters thick, 12.1 millimeters thick, not that bad. Small crown on here. I wish it was a little bit bigger. 5.8 millimeters, and considering that it's a 42 millimeter watch, or a little bit above a 42 millimeter watch, I think they should have put a slightly larger crown. It is a push-pull crown, as I mentioned. You do get a screwed-in case back. So it does wear large. So I'm going to throw it on my wrist so you guys can see. It does wear large. Now the price on here comes out to around $240 something, so almost $250 with the exchange rate currently. I believe they have these on sale. Their original price was around $299, somewhere around there, or $300 and something dollars, depending on the exchange rate again. However, right now they're on sale for, I think, 179 pounds. So they come out to around $240, $245, somewhere around there, which I think is good Considering it is a Meca-Quartz chronograph, it's a little bit of a bespoke case. I really do like the dial. There's a lot of competition out there, and I'm actually wearing something on my wrist that's sort of competition to this. I have Detroit Mint on my wrist, and this is another watch that is an affordable chronograph. This is $299. However, you get 2 straps with it, and you get a watch roll with it, you get a watch tool with it, and you get a nicer buckle on here on the straps. You get a deployment buckle on one, and then you get a strap that a buckle that is milled on the other. But the biggest difference here is that you get an ST19. Now the ST19 is a column wheel chronograph. It won't be as reliable as the Meca-Quartz chronograph. Hands down, will not be as reliable, but it's just nice to look at from the back. And that's kind of what I like about this watch. This is sort of a reverse Panda as well, or excuse me, a Panda dial, excuse me. You get those black subdials and you get some red accents. Again, you have to like the look of this watch versus something like this. This is a little bit more different, I think, than this watch. It's more traditional. Anyway, just throwing this watch on my wrist, and just to show you guys, I have a 7.5 inch wrist, so this is a 42 and change, so just a little bit over 42 millimeters. It wears big. It wears like a 43 millimeter, maybe even larger than that. For some reason, I think it's because the lugs don't really turn down very much. They look like they turn down, but they are actually straight. And they aren't very big, but it does wear big on my 7.5 inch wrist. I think it does wear larger than it said dimensions, which is not a bad thing. It definitely wears just a slightly larger than that 42 millimeters. Let's do a quick Lume shot because this watch does have Lume. And I believe that they have lumed the hands and the indices. So I would like to do a very quick Lume shot. I don't think that anything else is lumed. I don't think this has like sort of a Lume dial or anything like that, but it could. I haven't actually checked it out. So very quickly, let's do that. So the Lume, a little bit disappointing. The indices are fading pretty quickly. The hands are applied with Lume. They're decently applied with Lume, but nothing too incredible. You can see everything is fading pretty quickly, which is unfortunate. I think they probably should have put a little bit more Lume on those indices. They're very lightly painted with Lume. Lume is expensive, and this is a $249 watch or $240 watch, somewhere around there. So I get it. The fact that it has Lume is nice. It is a driver's watch, so it's more of a driver-inspired watch. Very interesting look to this chronograph. There are a lot of options out there. Tell me what you guys think. I think it's a good-looking watch. I think the price is good. But like I said, there are tons of options out there. I just showed you one. It's a little bit more expensive, and you get a mechanical movement, nicer packaging. Although maybe it's not as a good looking of a watch as this is. So that's something to be said as well, depending on what you like. But there you go. You can see the Lume on the indices is pretty much gone already. And it wasn't very long. It has not hung on. And then the hands are also fading pretty rapidly. So not too much Lume on this watch. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Like I said, $240, $250 for this watch. I think it's decently priced. There are a lot of options out there. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Like I said, I will put a link down in the description below to David Schwartz, who actually sent me this watch to review. I'll link to his channel, of course, so check him out. Please also don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.